All right, hey, what is up, everybody? So, one of the big questions I've gotten over the last couple years is where and how and when and where do I hunt antelope? So, my biggest recommendation to you is go to Wyoming. Wyoming has the highest success rate on antelope in the nation. Now, when I go to Wyoming, this is kind of how the process I do it. Now, you don't necessarily have to do it this way. This is just what I'm recommending. This is how I do it. This is how I've been successful. I've shot 5 antelope in the last 2 years, 4 does and 1 buck. I've helped a lot of other people get antelope as well. So, like I said, this is how I do it. You could do it a different way, but this is just how I recommend doing it. So, first things first, you're gonna definitely want to get, even if you're planning to hunt another state other than your own, you're gonna want to get this Onyx Hunt Maps. I even recommend it for your own state. It's very important. Something you should definitely have. Gives you a bunch of information, tells you area and how many acres and landowner names, everything. Gives you tons of information. So the first thing I do when I look at an area in Wyoming is I want to go to this hunt planner, the Wyoming Hunt Planner, here on their homepage. So we start there, and now we want to select the species as antelope. Now I scroll down here, and I look at their interactive statewide map. Now this is awesome. This is awesome that they provide all this information for you in Wyoming. So we're going to look at Area 5. I've never hunted Area 5. I have been in Area 5, but not hunting antelope or anything like that. So it looks like there's some walk-in areas here that you can hunt. So the first big thing I look for in hunting an antelope area is topography and what it looks like. So it looks like there's quite a few trees in this area. Not necessarily something an antelope would like, but there's national grassland. I look for a bunch of national grassland areas or state land or BLM that's accessible. Some of this isn't accessible. Like probably the state place isn't accessible. And that might not even be state ground. We have to look here. It looks like it is, but that does not look like we're able to access it because it is surrounded by private land. Like these BLM chucks here, you can't get to them. But looks like this is a public road here, so there's some state land you can absolutely hunt. There's a couple thousand acres there. But overall, it looks kind of like a decent area. So I'm going to see what success rates are here. So we go in here in more information, and then scroll down, and it'll tell you the different types of tags. So here's a type 1 tag, and that's for any antelope. There's also type 6 tags, which are for doe or fawn on private land. So that looks like sometimes these aren't, type 6s aren't on private land. You know, you can shoot them anywhere. But it looks like for this area, it's only on private land. Another thing I look for is the deadlines. These are something that are set in stone pretty well every year. Opens up January 2nd, closes May 31st. All right, now what we're going to want to look at is our draw odds. So looks like for the non-resident, it's not going to be that great. Looks like it's going to take 3 years to get a tag. Maybe 2 if you're lucky, okay? But if you look over here in the special draw, these are 2 different types of draws. This is a regular draw. This is a special draw. Looks like with no points you can draw. Looks like nobody applied and there's 1 tag available. So you're not going to want to apply this area as a group, okay? This would be you want to get the tag. So let's look at the success rates now. Looks like pretty high success, 80% for both doe and buck, but remember those does are on private land only. So looks like the buck, there's 52 out of the 61 total shots. So this isn't any antelope tag, remember that. So 76 hunters. So low pressured area, you know that, and high success rate. Could mean there's a bunch of private land hunters there, but could also mean that there's, a bunch of people on the other one. So now let's look here. For the special tag, it's $629 compared to the regular license of $341. But it's going to take me 3 preference points. So it's going to take me $90 in 3 years to get this tag. Or I can hunt this year for $629. Now, I know a lot of people don't want to do that, but if you want to hunt in soon, you can do it that way. But there's plenty of other areas here that you can draw with 0 points, or there's leftover tags. Keep that in mind. So now what we're going to want to do is figure out, hey, when are the seasons? So what you're going to want to do is go to the regulations tab here. It's right underneath the hunting in Wyoming. So you click in regulations. You want to scroll down here till you get to antelope. Now you're going to want to look at antelope hunting seasons. Now remember, this is for 2017. Don't go out there and think these are the seasons for 2018. Could be different. They do change them. So looks like for a rifle, the season starts October 1st. Now remember, this is the regular season, regular hunting season. So this is with rifle or whatever. Limited quota, any antelope. So now what we're going to want to do is figure out, hey, maybe I want to go archery. When's the archery season? So you want to scroll down here, and it'll say special archery season hunt areas. Now, looks like 1 through 5. So R5 is open September 1st. Okay. So you can use crossbows in Wyoming too. That's another question I get pretty often. Yes, you can use crossbows in Wyoming. But the season doesn't open until September 1st. Well, I decided, hey, I've done my research. I figured this out. I'm going to get this tag. I've driven through this. I'm going to get my tag. I've seen antelope, maybe in this national grassland or whatever, or on a state section during hunting season, whatever, or scouted it during the summer. There's been a bunch of antelope there. So I decide, hey, I'm going to apply for it. So you're going to want to go over here to apply for licenses. Okay. You're going to continue, accept. You're going to want to create a sportsman ID. See this new sportsman person? That's where you actually set up a new sportsman ID. But we're not going to do that. Here we are. I'm going to apply for this special antelope. I'm going to go here, apply. I'm going to go as an individual. You can also go with other people. They might have preference points, and they average the preference points between all of you. So keep that in mind too. I'm going to do without a preference point, because you can always buy those after the draw too. Remember that. You can always buy preference points after you draw, but you can only buy 1 per year, per species. So we're going to apply for our Hunt Area 5, Type 1 tag, and we're going to continue. Okay. Now it's going to ask you to donate to Access Yes and Search and Rescue. Now, Access Yes would be a good thing. It goes to the landowners who allow access for you to go on walk-in areas and everything else. Search and Rescue, you break your leg or get stuck out there, they're going to help you out. Those are the people that are going to help you out. So keep that in mind. Now, it'll ask you at this point, normally it asks you if you want to buy a conservation stamp. Buy the conservation stamp. You're going to want that. It's important. Okay? So at this point, you fill out the application. You're all done. You pay for it. Well, what else do you need? So you're also going to want, if you're going to want to do archery, you're also going to go back up here to apply or buy. Go to purchase licenses. Individual sportsman's purchase. And this is where it will show you, this is a stamp example. So that you're going to want this and always carry it on you signed. So this is very important to have. Okay. But proceed. So now that you're here, you're going to scroll down, and then it says Other 2018 Stamps, Permit, and Licenses. You're going to want to purchase. And here it says Non-Resident Archery Permit. It's $72 this year. You're going to want to buy that. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, message me, whatever. So, All right, so this is going to be another thing. Try to keep on the east side of the state. And here, I'll show you why. Look at this 101 area for antelope. Look at the draw odds. Look at the draw odds for this. Less than 6 points, you can't draw. Less than 7 points, 6.67%. All right. Now we go over here to an area like, and we look at the draw odds for area 1. With 0 points, 83.98%. And there's a bunch of leftovers normally for area 1, just for anybody wondering. So that's why I would tend to stick on the east side of the state. Access might be a little bit harder, and there might be a little bit more pressure, but there's a bunch of antelope out there. A few other things. If you're looking at a place that has a hunter management area, there's a difference between a hunter management area and a walk-in area. Now you can walk in to a walk-in area, but you can't just walk into a hunter management area. So to figure out how to get a permit for a hunter management area, you have to go to this public access tab and then go to hunter management areas and go over to apply for permission slips. You can also look at all of them and the dates and deadlines and where to apply and everything. And now it's going to say apply for hunter management areas. See the first come, first serve. Now, I'm not actually going to get this permission slip because I don't want to take this away. Same with unlimited permission slips. It shows the different species available and where you can hunt. And these are just landowners that give permission. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more videos like this.